So Mike, you want to tell everyone why I was up at 6:30 this morning to go with you?
Well, I thought today was Pinball Expo. You know, I went last year for the first time. Really enjoyed it. And yeah, I posted on Facebook and stuff like that I was all pumped to go. I was telling a couple people that that's what I was doing this weekend. And you happen to be around the area, and I figured since you've been playing more pinball and everything, maybe you'd like to come. Yeah. And well, that didn't happen at all, did it?
No, but at least I have something nice to look forward to next weekend.
It was great because, I mean, you could totally tell I was pumped to go.
Oh yeah, you were so excited.
I mean, I was in, Pinball Expo, we're on the way, this is going to rock, this is going to be awesome, I can't wait to show you all the machines. Oh, maybe a Guns N' Roses machine, he's a big Guns N' Roses fan. Yeah. We thought that, oh man, this is going to be awesome, and we could play all these pinball, I can get some parts for my machines and stuff like that, this is going to kick so much ass. The traffic wasn't bad.
No, it wasn't.
Got there in 40 minutes, and we pull up. I'm getting ready to turn out the light. Yeah, we're finally here. We're finally at Pinball Expo. Hell yes. I've been waiting a year. I've been waiting since the last one for this. And we pull up, get out of the truck, start heading over. We head in, and the first thing I notice is, why in the hell are there all these teenage girls here? And I mean, they're jam-packed in a hall. I thought we were at like a Justin Bieber concert or something like that. And he's looking around and he's like girls like pinball like this much, and he's like, well, what the hell's going on? And I'm looking at him wondering, what in the hell's going on? So we're walking down the hall and we're trying to like shove our way past all these teenage girls and everything.
It's a sea of estrogen.
Yeah, basically. No. And I was like, dude, something's up. Something's not right here. They must have the expo in a different place of the hotel. Now, granted, this is a big enough place to hold a couple convention rooms and stuff like that, but it's not that big. So we look for some hotel staff, and I go up, and I'm like, yeah, where's the Pinball Expo? And what did she say to me?
She's like, there's no Pinball Expo. There's
there's
chess tournament.
Yeah, there's a chess tournament here, Chess Expo.
The look on his face was, it should be on a MasterCard commercial because it was priceless. he looked like he was going to reach across the counter and slap the bitch in the face. She was just so upset.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, there's no way that Pinball Expo isn't going on here. I'm looking around, I ain't seeing anybody. So I checked the website again. Wrong week. It's not this week.
It's next week. Yeah.
It's next week. It's next week. So all my, hyped upness and getting ready to do this thing and getting ready to spend some money and meet some people, shake some hands, see some of my pinball buddies. Nope. Not a good chance. But the day wasn't a complete waste. I actually took him to the local Asian marketplace we have here. Very cool place. We tried some spicy tuna rolls for the first time. We did hit a couple stores, picked up some things. So let me go grab some of the pickups we got, actually. And some of them aren't too bad.
No, I'm still dumbfounded with the whole fact that there were so many girls at a chess tournament.
And they must have been there for their family. That's the only thing I can imagine.
That many, though? Like, I don't remember seeing any guys. Except for the staff.
Yeah, I don't know. But on our way back, as I was sulking and bitching about how I was not at Pinball Expo and apologizing profusely for getting him up early for practically no reason. Like I said, we went to the Asian Mall, but our last stop before we hit back home here was a place called Disc Recyclery, and it has a lot of cool DVDs and used stuff, and it's been a little while since I've been there, so I picked up a decent amount of stuff. And, well, I guess we'll just start from the top of the pile. First one here is Infiltrator. Do you remember this one?
I don't think so.
You played as a little blue guy, you ran around a base, you also did a helicopter and stuff like that. But the helicopter thing was unplayable from what I remember. You were pretty little.
I don't remember that one.
Next up, Target Renegade.
I definitely don't remember that.
Okay, do you remember Renegade?
Yes.
Okay, that's the semi-sequel to it. But did you know that the original Renegade is actually a part of the River City Ransom series?
I remember you saying that to me once.
Yeah, yeah, they just changed everything to look highly stereotypical for whatever reason. Next up, long box. Always like the long box games, and this is Juniper Strike. Obviously, this is a launch PS1 title. Like, this is 1995. I don't think I've ever played this.
Acclaim. It looks like Space Invaders on crack.
Yeah, kind of. It almost looks like it was a 3DO game called Total Eclipse or something like that, kind of similar to that. Next up, for only $4.99, I thought this was a pretty decent deal, and that is the Grand Theft Auto PS1 Collector's Edition. It came with Grand Theft Auto 2, and Grand Theft Auto London expansion pack. Now this is missing an expansion pack though. There was one other expansion pack. I think it was like GTA 1976 or something like that. I think I have it upstairs. Next up, I couldn't resist this. I'm sure it's probably absolutely awful, but this is Fighter Maker. 2D fighters ready to play, or create your way. Doesn't even make sense. It's from Age Tech, but you know they have those RPG Maker games that you can play. It's kind of it looks like a really crappy Tekken, but you can make your own fighter.
Yeah, it almost looks like Virtual Fighter 2.
Yeah, it does, and it looks like there's actually Guile on the back here. Copyright infringement. Got another NES game here. I've never played this, but it was super cheap. And that is Rocket Ranger, which bears strange resemblance to the Rocketeer. I don't know when this came out. I'm sure this probably came out first, but whatever. Rocketeer was... Actually, the Rocketeer game sucked, too. Did you ever play that?
I may have.
Alright.
Once and then forgot about it.
Next up, PlayStation. We got Populous, The Beginning. And this is one of those like God games, basically, where it's good and evil and everything, and you can build things and destroy things. It's kind of like ActRaiser,
Okay.
in a 3D sense, and with no side-scrolling elements. It also not really like ActRaiser, I guess.
Same concept.
So yeah, except not. Next up is Power Slave. Haven't really seen this one at all for PlayStation 1, and Matt actually hasn't played this. This used the same engine as Duke Nukem 3D back in the day. I had a demo of it off a PC Gamer disc. It's an Egyptian-themed game. You can take a look at that if you want. It's an Egyptian-themed game. You're trying to restore the powers of this god and prevent enemies from coming at him. So it's like a weird Egyptian Duke Nukem 3D. I don't know how it would play on the original PlayStation, but... You know, Duke Nukem 3D really didn't need to aim for stuff, so
Right.
how bad can it be? And it's not very common. Next up, the Mark Wahlberg classic.
Marky Mark.
Yeah, and the Funky Bunch. The Italian Job. Did you see the remake of this?
They remade the movie?
The Italian Job, yeah. You saw the one with Mark Wahlberg and all of them, right? Have you seen the original one? Because the one with Mark Wahlberg is the remake. Yeah,
no,
I liked it. The original was actually pretty good, but my buddy Joe, haven't seen him in a while, but he picked up this game because we had a album that had samples from the original Italian Job. It was 12-inch vinyl and stuff, so we always had a weird obsession with it for some reason. Next up is Kiss Pinball. You wanted the best, you got the best. You know, it's funny that it doesn't actually show any pinball play in the actual bag. This could be bad news, but it was cheap. Kiss Pinball is an outrageous arcade-style world where you get ahead by outsmarting the guards, stockpiling your weapon collection, and releasing tormented souls. Knock down targets at each concert, stop to light mystery awards, get backstage passes, and increase score to gain power. Alright.
It doesn't sound like a pinball game.
Well, it has some pinball stuff on the front, so, see, a little bit. I'm sure it's got to be based off the original Kiss Pinball game to some degree, I would hope. First-person shooter here. This is codenamed Tenka. Do you remember this?
Yeah, I do remember playing that.
It was very hard. Did not have dual analog stick control. It wasn't too bad. Couldn't miss
That
it.
was one of the earlier ones. Wasn't that before the analog?
Yeah. It was $2.99. So, next up, To continue my crying shame that we couldn't get to Pinball Expo, this is Extreme Pinball. I've never played this one, but it was in really good shape, and it actually looks like it's got some pretty decent boards on there. Of course, you know, when it comes to virtual pinball, it just doesn't have the same feel as real pinball, but for $3.99. Next up, I was really happy with finding this one, and this is Chocobo Racing, a Squaresoft game. I don't even remember seeing this when it came out originally. It wasn't very sought after, but now it's very sought after. I hear it's very collectible. And look, it comes with the demo for Chocobo Dungeon 2, which is another very rare Squaresoft game. So cool to get this. I didn't pay too much for it either, and I know it's kind of up in price, so that's pretty cool.
So it was almost like you were destined to get that game today.
I guess you could say that, but if I could take it all back, I'd still rather go to Pinball Expo. But so regardless, you know, we just kind of want to make a video celebrating the fact that I'm an idiot and can't read dates, and I was a week ahead of things, and unfortunately didn't get to go to Pinball Expo. So I wanted to do a quick pickups video, and we're going to do one other video this week, so you're probably looking at a week or two before we get to actual Pinball Expo footage. But I figured Matt would assist me here with doing some pickups and tell our woeful tale of not going to Pinball Expo. I'm Mike Murtis.
I'm Matt Murtis.
Peace.